Welcome to Dr. J. Francis YouTube channel. Are you applying for marriage-based green card in 2025? Then here's what you need to know. USCIS is moving fast, but they're asking tougher questions and reviewing cases more aggressively under Trump's administration. Hi, I'm Attorney J. Francis. I'm a U.S. immigration lawyer based in Chicago and Wisconsin, but serve all 50 states. Interviews are being scheduled just months after filing, and more couples are being called for separate interview. Officers are taking a much closer look at your immigration history, your relationship timeline, and your spouse's past petitions. If you're not fully prepared from day one, your case could face unexpected delays or worse. In this video, I will walk you through the 5 biggest changes to marriage green card interview process in 2025, including the return of mandatory interviews, fast case timelines, deeper background checks, and how to avoid red flags that could trigger denials, waivers, or removal proceedings. Let's break it down. Number 1, marriage-based green card interviews are back for every case. Since early 2025, USCIS has returned to scheduling in-person interviews for nearly every marriage-based green card case, even when the relationship evidence is strong. This marks a significant shift from pandemic-era policies that allowed interview waivers for clearly bona fide marriages. Now, if you're applying for a green card through marriage, you should fully expect to attend a face-to-face interview. This change is a part of a push by the Trump's administration to tighten scrutiny over family-based immigration and deter fraud. Even couples who submitted extensive joint documentation and pictures and all are being called in, as USCIS officers now want to personally evaluate relationship credibility. Number 2, marriage green card cases are moving fast in 2025. One of the most surprising developments in 2025 under Trump is the fast processing time for marriage green card cases. We're now seeing interviews scheduled as early as 3 to 5 months after initial I-130 and I-45 filing. In previous years, that same process took 10 to 15 months, although some cases were approved fast during the summer of 2024, but that's the only aberration. The fast processing is exciting news, but it also leaves very little time to gather and organize your documents or develop a strong legal strategy. This can be especially challenging for applicants who recently entered the U.S. on tourist visa or ESTA, don't yet have a social security number. Without it being added to joint lists, opening a bank account together, or getting health insurance as a couple can be very difficult. Adding to the challenge, EAD work permit approvals not take about 60 to 90 days or more. And in many cases, they're not issued before green card interview takes its place. That means you might not have job-related pay stuff, joint tax filing, or other meaningful relationship documents to bring to your interview. If you already file or plan to file soon, your initial submission needs to be complete and convincing as possible. You may have less than 90 days before you're sitting across from USCIS officer for your interview. The good news, couples who submit well-prepared cases upfront are often seeing faster decisions, approval, after interviews. In some situations, green card approvals are issued within just days. Efficiency is real, but so is the level of scrutiny. Number 3, USCIS is conducting more separate marriage interviews. Another trend we're seeing in 2025 is the increased use of separate interviews, sometimes called Stokes interviews. If officer suspects that marriage may not be real, bona fide, the couple may be separated and questions individually, sometimes for hours. The goal of the separate interview is to verify the consistency of your answers. Officers may ask detailed questions about how you met, who proposed, how much you pay in rent or mortgage, and whether anyone else lives with you. Even minor differences in your responses may trigger suspicion and lead to further investigation and, of course, delays and denials. Now, you don't need a prior red flag to be chosen for a separate interview. We're seeing this occur even in cases with no prior immigration violations or previous denials. Officers are under guidance to use discretion and dig deeper when any doubt exists. Number 4, USCIS reviews all prior immigration history critically and completely. In 2025, USCIS officers are conducting a more comprehensive review of applicants' full immigration history. Sometime, if your spouse naturalized or filed petition for foreign nationals in the past, their immigration history will be subject to scrutiny during the interview. This means that they will pull records from every past visa, application, or removal proceeding. So, for example, you entered the US with a tourist visa many years ago. You probably remember that you submitted DS-160 application for your tourist visa. They're going to review this, and they may ask questions about your answers and why your answer may not match reality of your past history. If the applicant has ever overstayed a visa, use a fake document like Social Security, green card, apply for asylum, or been order removed even years ago, expect those records to be discussed during your interview. Failure to disclose this information or attempting to hide it can lead to denials, 601 waiver requests, or even referrals for removal proceedings. Now, remember, another important scenario is that you submitted 539 extension of non-immigrant visa status or change up to another non-immigrant visa status. And one of the questions is, have you ever worked in the U.S. unlawfully? Just make sure that you completely, honestly answer that questions and others. If you submit 539 in application. That's why it's crucial to review your complete immigration history with experienced attorney before your interview. Number 5, common red flags that can trigger scrutiny for your marriage green card interviews. In 2025, USCIS officers are under strong, firm directives to look for the signs of potential marriage fraud. And certain red flags are now prompting additional questioning or even referrals to fraud detection and national security unit. Even if your marriage is real, the presence of any of these factors may result in much tougher interview experience. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. The first one would be the short courtship period, dating period. If you're married within few months of meeting, or especially right before a visa expired, may lead to assumptions that the marriage may be transactional. It means that it's for immigration benefits only. Be ready to explain your relationship timeline clearly and back it up with messages, photos, and evidence of quality time spent together. There's more, but important to show that you had real relationship. Another one is that there is some confusion, discrepancies in living arrangement. This will be heavily scrutinized more than ever. If the couple is not living together or recently living together, officer may ask for details about where each person sleeps, how rent and mortgage is paid, and who does what around the house. Inconsistent or vague answers may lead to delays or denials, especially if you still live separately even after legal marriage, but you don't have any valid visa, or you don't study, you don't go to school. That's like major red flag now. These red flags don't automatically mean your case will be denied, but they do mean you must be prepared to provide credible, detailed, and honest and consistent explanations supported by documentation during your interview. Your interview will be very tough. Mock interviews and working with experienced immigration attorney can be especially valuable if any of these apply to your situation. Number 6, final thoughts and what you can do now. The 2025 marriage green card interview process under Trump administration is fast, stricter, and more thorough than we have seen in years. But with the right preparation, honest and complete and sufficient strong documentation, and proper legal support, success is still absolutely achievable. Start organizing your relationship evidence now. Don't delay. Be honest and consistent in your responses during your interview. If you have had any prior immigration issues or your spouse has a file for someone else in the past, consult with the experienced immigration attorney who can guide you through potential risk. For more updates like this, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and more than anything, turn on all notifications so that you don't miss any important immigration news or tips. Leave a comment below if you recently had marriage green card interview or waiting for one. We love to hear your experience. Thank you so much for watching this video. Peace be with you.